Hey guys, this is Billy Davidson, Davidson Pressure Wash Painting here in Hammond, Louisiana. I wanted to shoot this little bit of this video, this podcast, if you will, real quick before I head out to work a little bit later. We are working in several locations around Louisiana tonight, and kind of have some breaking news as well, and a question that I had that I felt that was fairly important for some of the guys out there that are interested in joining the power washing business, or if you've been in it for a while and you need some advice on it, maybe kind of stuck in that certain plateau. Because after a few years, you will reach a plateau and kind of get stuck there. And sometimes we get comfortable there, and I call it snug as a bug in a rug. And I've been there before, kind of where you're working just enough to keep things happy, but you have some time off, and you could do more on that time off. Let's first get to the breaking news first. I'm not very political, but Trump was just impeached by the House of Representatives just a few hours ago. He is the third United States president to ever be impeached, followed by Richard Nixon, of course, our favorite Mr. Bill Clinton, and now Trump joins that elite group. So whether you like him or not, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that the following. I follow the financial markets extremely closely. I'm a heavy investor in the stock market, and also follow currency for around the world, whether it's the Japanese currency, Chinese, Canadian, and all the other currencies, European currency. Not nothing like Bitcoin or nothing like that, but just real currency. And if we trade in currency, you tend to follow it a little bit. We're gonna run into some issues here with our economy. Highly likely within the next 8 to 12 months. You can mark my word on it. You can go back and watch this video. If you're watching this video in late 2020, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. They're going to have some major layoffs. The economy is going to reset. We have been in a boom. And I think that is in part of what Donald Trump as president has done with cutting regulations and spurring the economy with tax incentives and interest rates. So interest rates have been fairly low for quite a long time, but that's not going to last much longer. So how does that affect you in the power washing business? Well, it will drastically. Whether you know it or not, it's going to affect you drastically. But you can also take this opportunity to grow your business during what we'll call a short recession. Now, the recession is going to probably last from the later part of 2020 to maybe springtime or late summer of 2021 from my calculations. Of course, I'm just a professional power washer. I'm not a professional financial expert, so this is just my opinion. What I tell my guys out there in the industry, we have been fishing in a stocked pond. So if you have gotten in the power washing industry anytime in the last 7 or 8 years, you know the last 3 years has been phenomenal. So we've been fishing a stock pond. Sometimes we catch fish on a bare hook, not even a baited hook. That's how good our fishing has been. So what does that mean for you? That means several things what you need to do. Diversify would be number one. The second thing you need to do is diversify. And number 3 is to diversify. It's kind of like the old real estate, location. So you need to diversify. And what I mean by that, do not have all your eggs in the same basket. We can use all the cliches we want here. If you are doing 90% residential, you need to move away from that very quickly as possible. Like today, you need to move away from 90% residential. I'd like to see you somewhere in the 40 to 50% of residential and the rest commercial, and at least 10 to 20% in government work. So that's going to require you guys out there that's not carrying workers' comp general liability. You need to start hunting for it now. You need to really save up your down payment, whatever you got to do, and you're going to probably have to carry some commercial auto. If not, mark my word, you are going to regret it. You're probably going to have to go back to work at some point doing a part-time job if you are all doing residential. The reason being, I've been doing this for 20-something years. I've seen everything. I've seen the hurricanes. I've lived through the terrorist attacks, the floods, all the presidents before, since the early 90s, and all our local elections and gubernatorial elections and all that. If you follow that, you'll realize the ebb and flow of politics will trickle down and affect our service business. So residents, the reason why it affects them so drastically, because they watching the news. Boy Scouts honor, I have not watched TV in about 10 years, maybe a little longer, other than a little YouTube and a lot of reading. I don't even have cable in my home, and I have Wi-Fi, but we don't subscribe to cable television because I'm not interested in the news, to be honest with you. I don't care what Fox is saying or CNN or any of the other ones. I don't even know if they even still on the air, to be honest with you, other than run across a few video clips. So I don't participate in the hype when it comes to news. But I'm not a dumb person. I do know that politics is going to affect our service industry in a drastic way. So, getting back to the residents, they are watching all of this news, and they are watching the ups and downs. And, we don't know what's going to happen in the Senate, whether they're going to vote up or down. Probably not, but still it's going to affect the stock market. And it's going to affect the world markets as well. So most of your homeowners are watching this, so they're going to get tight with their money. That's not to say you still can't make money residential. You will still be able to make plenty. It's just that pond, that smaller pool of fish is going to get a little bit smaller. That means you need to diversify with some commercial work and government work for sure. And I've stayed diversified in these three sectors of the power washing industry for decades. I could have moved all to residential here in the last few years and probably made more money, but I did not want to let go of my commercial accounts or my government accounts. Some of my government accounts don't pay as much as anymore as residential. The residential was a really hot market power washing business, still is, and it still will be for the next few weeks. But trust me, it's going to turn down probably the next quarter, the end of the next quarter of 2020, the first quarter of 2020, probably somewhere around March. You may get a little spike with the tax incomes coming back in, but after that's spent, you're gonna see a downturn next summer, probably be a little slower than 2019. And then probably by the time late summer, mid-fall, it's going to hit the heaviest. And if you need some commercial accounts, some monthly accounts to do, I don't care if you're doing dumpsters, if you're doing gum removal, if you're doing some drive-throughs at McDonald's or whatever other commercial entity that you choose, you need to get there and get there now. Go ahead and get those accounts established, whether it's you dealing with facility maintenance companies or with GMs directly. So I'm going to get out of here real quick. We're going to be working tonight plenty. All of our commercial accounts are coming due to the end of the month. It's December 19, 2019. December 18, 2019, sorry. So we're going to start running our accounts so we can be off for Christmas. But anyway, if y'all need any help personally, my number is 95-345-0778. Again, my name is Billy Davison. I'm the owner of Davison Pressure Washing and Painting, and I hope to talk to y'all soon. Have a great night.